And we're off. So I'm glad you folks could make it wherever you are. And I'm right here, so I'm just going to stay right here. Wow. So I had a good day yesterday. I went over to Lake Norman YMCA and I taught a class. It happened to be, wait a minute, what's that stuff called? Tai Chi. Tai Chi class. So this was yoga for Tai Chi practitioners. So that was sort of interesting because I don't teach Tai Chi. So I gave them a stand-up yoga class. And then I had a good meeting with a gal from Hopeway, which is a new organization opened in Charlotte a couple months ago to help folks with stress, anxiety, and PTSD. Not only vets, but also civilians. So she'd like to have a yoga program. So we'll see what we can do to help her out. So everyone take a deep breath in and then open the mouth and let it go. And one more deep breath. And sigh it out. Feeling the body settle, release. No furrow in the brow, jaws released, face is soft. Just breathing the way you want to breathe this morning. Just notice how that breath flows in and out. Feel grounded, all those parts of the body in contact with the mat or the chair. And if you want to wiggle your toes or do a bit of movement here, that's good, being gentle. Just breathe. Moving to that deeper three-part breath. Down to the belly, to the middle chest, and the upper chest. Releasing as you exhale. Add a soft ujjayi. That little tightness in the back of the throat. And try to maintain that ujjayi breath as you practice today. Remember, there's no pain. You move to sensation. You don't have to do any of this. You can rest whenever you want. Just breathe. So exhale and one last deep inhale in. And slowly let it go. All right. So moving back to the mat. Do just a bit of work here. So let's start this morning with some gentle circles. So if you're in a cross-legged seat, be gentle with those hips. So as you exhale, come forward. Let the head drop. Release the hips and breathe. And now as you inhale, gently round up. And now bring the heart forward and take the body to the right. And then round back, chin toward the chest. Come left and up. And exhaling to the right and back. Make these circles gentle. And if we were all together in a group, I would say, and don't worry about the guy next to you or the person next to you, you just do your own yoga. It was hard for me in the studio to do that because I always was looking to my right and my left and saying that I wanted to do it as well as the person next to me. And usually that wasn't the case. So now go the other direction, to the right and up. And to the left and back. Just moving. And then I learned that if I worked at it, I could get a little better and a little better and a little better. But there were some things I could just never match the person next to me. I didn't worry about it anymore. So now the next time you come to the back, just round back, chin toward the chest. And as you inhale, lift up tall, draw the shoulders back, lift the gaze to the ceiling, press the jaw to the ceiling. And coming back up to that upright seat, bring that left hand across, gentle twist now to the right. Right hand behind, shoulders drop, and looking over that right shoulder, exhaling. And coming back to center, that gentle twist now to the left. Lifting tall as you twist. And coming back to center, extending that right arm, reaching back. And now coming back to center and to the left. And exhaling back to the center. Inhale and lift. And exhale. So bring the arms out to the side, palms down toward the floor, and then turn the palms toward the front of the mat and then up toward the ceiling. Keeping the shoulders down, press the pinky fingers up toward the ceiling. Breathe. Reaching out through the fingertips. Now bring the palms toward the front and down toward the floor. Bring the hands down a little bit toward the floor and then turn the palms back and then up toward the ceiling, pressing the thumbs up. Stay tall without slouching and breathe. One more breath. And then turn the palms down toward the floor and bring the hands in and take that deep inhale in. And exhale. So take the heart over toward the right knee or the right leg, fold over the right leg. Hear that Ujjayi breath. Inhaling, round up, and then to the left side and exhaling over the left leg. And inhaling, rounding up. Bring the hands out to the side, fingertips down on the floor. And then as you inhale, turn the palms to the ceiling and let the hands just rise up. Feel as though they're lifting by themselves. Bring the palms together. If it's good for you, exhaling, open those fingers wide and reach and bring the hands down. Inhaling, palms turn to the ceiling, lifting. And exhale. Everything comes down. And one more time, bringing those hands up. Now bring the right hand down to the floor and arc over to your right. Keep the left shoulder back. You can actually rotate the heart toward the ceiling, bringing the right shoulder forward. Inhaling and bring the right hand up. Reaching to the ceiling, exhale the left hand down, arcing left. Drawing the right shoulder back, opening the heart toward the ceiling, left shoulder forward, breathe. And now bring the left arm up. Lift and exhale, the hands come down. Take a deep breath in. Gently move the head. Relaxing the neck. And exhale. Bring the right elbow up beside the head and up toward the ceiling, reaching back with the right fingers to the bony upper spine. Bring the left hand over the top and gently draw that elbow toward the back of the mat. Release the left elbow to the ceiling, right arm over, reaching back with the hand. And releasing. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Come over onto all fours. The twist, side bends, forward bends. All feels good. So let's start with side bends in our table here. So inhaling, and as you exhale, take the hips to the left, bringing the weight toward the left knee or onto the left knee. Take the gaze past the right shoulder toward the back of the mat. Inhaling, coming back to center. Now it's hips right, gaze left. And back to center. Take the gaze to the right, shifting your body to the left. Come back to center. And the other side, gazing left. And coming back to center. Keeping the gaze straight down, just move the hips and ribs to the right. Press the ribs out there and back to center. And now take the hips to the left. Weight to the left knee. Feel the opening on the left side of the body. Coming back to center, take the hips right. And hips center and left. And coming back to center. Circles, body to the right, Knees a little wide as you bring the hips back toward the heels. Let the head drop toward the mat. And now inhale and take the body to the left, coming forward. A little bit of stretch here in the wrists, coming to the right and back, exhaling. And to the left and up. Bring the shoulder blades onto the back. And now exhaling back. One more big circle this direction. And then when you come to the back, take those rotations the other way, right and up. Inhaling. Left and back. Exhale. And one more. And with the hips back toward the heels, knees a little bit wide, just bring those arms in and rest your head on your arms. If your child's pose looks like this, with the hands down by your ankles and your forehead on a block of the mat, so that's a good thing. So bring the hands out in front, extend the hands toward the top of the mat, keeping the hips back. And now let the head drop down toward the mat, but press down into the mat with the hands so the arms are strong, gripping the mat with the fingertips. But allow the head to drop down as low as it will go. Good. Lifting the head, bring the elbows down in line with the wrists, and then curl the toes and lift into dolphin. And you can interlace the fingers here. Ah, yes. Knees are really bent here, and you're pressing with the forearms to move the heart back toward the knees. And then gently, gently think about straightening one leg and the other, or maybe you can straighten one leg and then the other. Good. Bring the knees down again a little wide. Settle the hips back as you release those toes. Bring the tops of the feet to the mat. Again, reaching toward the top of the mat. And lifting the head, walk the hands over to the right edge of the mat. Bring the left hand onto the right. And now allow the head to move toward the right knee, drawing the left hip back. Bringing the hands to center and over to the left, right hand on left. And the hands back to center. shoulder width, reaching. And now inhale and lift up, coming forward into knee plank. Strong, bring the shoulder blades onto the back. And as you exhale, bring the hips back toward the heels. Inhaling, coming forward and up, or up and forward. And then bend the elbows into chaturanga with the knees on the mat, press back up, exhaling, the hips come back. And one more time, coming forward. This time, bend the elbows, and now halfway down, take a breath. And now exhaling, press back up, and bring those hips back toward the heels. Come to your resting pose and breathe. Inhaling, come up into hero, bringing the knees in toward the center, resting the hips back on the heels or on a block. I know some people struggle with this, but it's a good thing to do. And with a little bit of work, you can loosen those thighs to the point where you can rest your hips back, either with the block in a low position, or even turned on its long edge. But the idea is to keep these quads flexible. So lift up tall in whatever hero wherever you are in hero. Take a breath in and exhale. And then bring the hands behind the feet and open the heart toward the ceiling. Let the head fall back. Lift the hips. Oh boy, yeah. Just breathe here. Sensation, not pain, of course. And now bring the hips down. Take the gaze straight ahead, still resting back on those strong arms and hands, and now just lift the knees off the mat. And as you're breathing here, let the knees drop down toward the mat, keeping the body back. Again, finding sensation. One more breath. Yes, bring the knees down, back to your regular hero. Inhaling and exhale. Coming forward into your table again, we're going to do awkward pose. We've done that. We didn't do that last time for some reason. I didn't get that in there, and too many other things to do, I guess. So extend the right leg with the toes down on the mat. And let's get that nice stretch down through the back of that right leg. And then core strength as you lift that right leg hip height, keeping the sacrum flat, toes pointed straight down to the mat, extending the left arm, and just breathe, reach forward, pressing back. Good. Bring the elbow and the knee together. Left elbow and the right knee come together. Inhale, reaching out. Exhaling in. Inhaling out. Exhaling in. Inhaling out. And now bring the left hand down. Slide that right foot out and forward. I can tell I did a little bit of yoga yesterday. So I'm feeling that right hamstring here. Foot is flat, toes turned in. Being gentle, taking the hips gently toward the back of the mat. Now coming forward, lift that right leg, bring it back hip height. Bend the right knee. Now lift the right knee and the right leg toward the ceiling and let it drop. Lift, let it drop, and lift. And now bring the right knee down beside the left. Come back to your resting pose and breathe. And coming back to table, extend the left leg, toes on the mat. Yeah, get long from the shoulder to the heel. And now bring that left foot hip height, extending the right arm. Feel that core strength, tightness in the belly. Now bring the elbow and the knee together as you exhale. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. And exhale in. Extending, reaching, pressing back. Bring the right hand down and bring that foot out and forward. We did a lot of forward folds when we were doing our standing Tai Chi yoga. And actually, I feel it. One more breath. And now coming forward, bring that foot back hip height. Stay strong and long. And then bend the knee. Now lift the knee, planting that foot on the ceiling. And then release it down a little bit. And now lift. And bring it down and lift. And bring that left knee down beside the right. And come back into whatever resting pose works for you. Sometimes hero is where I like to be. Just breathe. I like to work on those back muscles in every practice to keep the spine stable. If your lower back is strong, you avoid these pinched nerve things that can go on in the low back. And as we practice, sometimes you'll feel some crunching going on in the low back. And for me, that's degenerative disc disorder, but for you, it may be just those vertebrae realigning back there. That's a good thing. Good. Coming back into table, curl the toes, pop the hips up into downward facing dog. And work the heels. And now step the feet toward the hands. Walking up there. Inhale and come to half lift. Check those toes, turn down. Bring the weight to the center of the feet. Get long through the spine, press the belly down toward the toes. Lift the hips, pressing with the feet. Ah, good. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. And just love it. How can you not love it, right? Just press one heel into the mat and then the other. Top of the head drops toward the mat. Face moves gently toward the knees. The belly is pressed onto the thighs. Big, long, deep breaths. And walk the hands over toward the right edge of the mat. Keep the knees in line. And breathe. Now it's face toward the right knee. And the weight is now toward the front of the feet. Bring the hands to center, over to the left. Face toward the left knee. Still gently working those heels. And bring the hands to center. Release down one more time. Forward fold. Press with the feet to lift the hips. Now get long through the spine and take the arms wide. Inhale, press with the feet and come up. Normally we round up, but this is a long spine back. Reach it to the ceiling. Exhale, mountain pose. All right, yoga flop, ragdoll. Do what feels good. Step around, bend the knees. Yes, okay. Work through spinal flow and then move into, oh, I don't know. We'll probably do maybe some lunges. So press down with the feet. Build your mountain, coming up tall. Activate the arms and the hands. Inhale the arms up. Exhaling the right hand down, arc to the right. Drawing the left shoulder back. Inhale and bring the right hand up. And exhaling, the left arm down. Inhaling up. That twist to the right. Palms to the ceiling, looking back toward that right hand. Inhaling up. Twist to the left. And inhaling up. Bring the hands to the heart. Hinge. Back to the forward fold. This one might feel a little bit better. Ah, okay. A lot better than the early in the practice. And now really bend the knees, reaching forward with the hands, long spine, press with the feet. Exhale back. Gentle back bend. Inhaling up and exhale back to mountain pose. And a little gentle movement. From mountain pose, inhale, hands up. And exhale, dive to the forward fold. Come to half lift. Yeah. And now exhale and step back with the right foot way toward the back of the mat. So we're in a high lunge, right? Adjust this to make it work for you. Keeping that left heel under or ahead of the left knee. On spider fingers, gazing straight down at the mat. Allowing the hips to settle strong through the back heel. There's a lot of words, right? A lot to think about here. Breathe. Well, let's open toward the bent knee. So bring the right hand down to the mat, flat on the mat, and extend the left arm. And now lift the left arm. Feel this and breathe. And as you exhale, bring the left hand down, come back to your spider fingers. Let the hips settle. Again, stay strong through the back leg. And now bring the left hand to the mat. And actually, the left hand could come to the inside of the foot, but I'm more comfortable keeping my hand outside the foot, extending my right arm and opening to the sky. And that back knee can come down if that right thigh is getting tired. As exhaling, bring the right hand down, and you may already be there. Come back to the spider fingers, release down, get long. Take the big step, bringing the right foot back up beside the left half lift. Exhale, fold. And coming back up, arms wide. Lifting and mountain pose. Oh yeah. So I should have told you, you can have the back knee down to do that. Bone density, right? All this stuff that we do, not all of it, but the stuff where you're strong through the legs and strong through the arms, or putting your weight on these bones, that all is bone density. So back to our mountain pose. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, half lift. Big step back with the left foot, way back. Here we are in our high lunge. Some adjustment if needed. Breathe. And now the left hand stays on the mat, and we're going to open to the right toward the bent knee, lifting the right arm. And exhaling, bring the right hand down, come back to that spider fingers. Allow the hips to settle. Long from the top of the head to the heel, of the left foot. And now we're going to open to the left. So right hand to the mat, opening. And exhaling, bring the left hand down. And if your knee is lifted, your leg's getting tired, I'm sure. Take a breath. And now take that big step. Here, half lift. Exhale and fold. Arms wide, knees bent, press, lifting. And exhale, mountain pose. Take that big, deep breath in. And let it go. Yoga flop. Let's see how our balance is today. So you can do just a straight ahead knee lift or leg lift, or you can do your tree, whatever works. But I like to start with hands on hips and eyes on a spot out in front, and bring the weight to one foot or the other. I'm on my left foot, and then I'm just going to lift my right knee and straighten the leg. Circle the toes. And then I'm going to bring the right foot down. Good. Take that breath. I'm still recovering from the lunges. I'll bring the weight to the right foot. And lift the left knee or tree. Straightening the leg. Circle the toes. Both directions. And then bring the left foot down. Good. Working on our balance. I don't know. Yeah, some days are good days, some days aren't. So inhale the hands up. Exhale into your forward fold. Releasing face toward the knees. Inhale, half lift. And exhaling, shoot that right foot back again. Spin the back heel in and down. You might want to step it up just a little bit. Line up the heels. Back heel is directly behind the front heel. And I'll take the right arm up to the ceiling, lifting up into warrior two. Here we are. Gaze is toward the middle finger in that front hand, that left hand, toward the front of the mat. Checking, you can see your toe, big toe to the inside of that left knee, strong through the back leg. Now straighten that left leg with a little bend, reaching forward. Come into your triangle. Oh my goodness. Right hand to the sky. Rolling those left ribs under, pressing those bottom ribs toward the thigh, and breathe. Coming up, bend that front knee back to your warrior two. Now bring the back hand up to the ceiling. The left hand comes down toward the mat. Coming back to a high lunge. Big step. Right foot up beside the left, half lift. Exhale, fold. Get long, reaching wide, pressing to come up. And mountain pose. Take a breath. Inhale and bring the hands up. Exhaling, fold. And come to half lift. Now a big step back again, left foot. Adjusting, high lunge. Spin the back heel in and down, lining up the heels. And I'll bring that left hand up toward the ceiling, windmilling up, warrior two. Here we are. Let the shoulders drop, strong through the back leg. Arms lifted. And you're breathing. Straighten that front leg with a little bend. And now bring the right hand down wherever it comes. Lifting the left hand to the sky. Triangle. Lifting up, bend that front knee, warrior two. Working to keep the body straight up and down here without leaning toward the front of the mat. Good. Bring the right hand down toward the mat. Bring the left hand over and down. Back to your high lunge. Take a breath, release. Stay strong, but let the hips lower. That's what I mean by release. And now step the left foot up. Come to half lift. Exhale down. Open those wings wide, press, coming up. And exhale, mountain pose. Good. From mountain pose, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Come to your half lift. Step the feet back into plank or knee plank. Soften the heart through between the arms. And exhale, elbows in, lower down. And speaking of strengthening back muscles, bring the hands down by your side, palms down, lift into locust. Point the feet, flex those toes, spread those toes. 3 long, deep breaths. Relax the butt. Exhale and bring the right side of the face to the mat. Turn the palms up and the heels out. and the left side of the face. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Gently press up to table. Take a moment in table. Just move. Just a couple breaths here. And bring the feet around to the front. Yes, okay. Let's do some wide-legged, seated wide-legged postures here. So let's start by just flexing those feet. Point the toes back towards your face. Pressing out to the sides here with the heels and lifting up through the heart. Breathe. And now exhale, take the heart forward. You can release a little tension in the legs. And now find something down there to grab onto, the ankles, the feet, the toes, something. And now just release down toward the mat. And as you inhale, gently round up. Take the heart toward the right leg and keeping both sit bones on the mat, fold over the right leg. Inhaling, come on back up, and the heart to the left, folding over the left leg. Inhaling, lift. Again, strong through the heels, lifting through the spine. Good. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left leg and open the right shoulder, arcing to the left, over the left leg. Inhaling up, right arm down into the inside of the right leg, arcing right. And inhaling up. Good. Bring those feet in about halfway onto the mat, hip width. Yes, bring the hands behind the hips. And if you choose, if it works for you, you can lift the hips into reverse table. Exhaling, bring the hips down. And hands come behind the knees, gently coming down to your back. Good. So extend the left leg here. Come into cactus arms. And then lift the head and the shoulder blades up off the mat. Lift the left leg, and now bring the left elbow to the right knee. And then straighten the right leg, right elbow to left knee, and switch back and forth, 3 or 4 of these. Breathe. Two more. 1 and 2. Good. Release your feet down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Turn the palms up. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Just breathe. Extend the legs. Bring the right knee into the chest. Turn it in. And then take that knee up and over toward the right shoulder. This is the put your socks on thing. Good. Extend the right leg. Bring the left knee into the chest. Drawing it up and over toward the left shoulder. It's also a step into your shorts thing. And bring the right knee in beside the left and gently rock side to side. Good. You can open the knees wide if you choose with the hands. You can move the knees forward and back. Good. All right. And bring the feet down. Take the arms wide. Put the feet wherever you want them to be. Let the knees fall to the right. And turn your gaze to the left. Knees to the ceiling, knees left, and gaze right. Knees to the ceiling, extend the legs, bring the arms behind. And as you inhale, stretch. And exhale into your resting pose. Soften everything. Find the tension, breathe, and release. Just let the body melt, become part of the earth.
Keeping the breath, little movements, larger movements. And when you're ready, gently come up.
Thank you, folks. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Have a great week. And we're still meeting at the church with masks. If you want to, come and do an in-person, we had 8, I think, last week at the church. Take care.